What's up, everybody? This is Sugi Crawler, and thanks for joining me today on my Dark Souls 3 Ashes of Ariandel DLC review. And Ashes of Ariandel is now available on Steam and on consoles for 15 euros or $15 or whatever your local currency is. And if you bought the season pass, you get it of course for free. And I really recommend buying the season pass if you're bound to buy the second DLC that's coming out, because you're going to save up money that way, because I really believe the next DLC is going to be the same price of $15. So let's look at some of the features, and maybe after that you're able to decide or conclude into a decision, will you buy the DLC or not? Is it worth the money? Is it overpriced? Is it underpriced? Or etc. So the first thing that it really adds, and the biggest thing, is the new location, the new zone called Painted World of Ariandel. And it's pretty much the same size as other zones such as the Lothric or Irithyll and etc. And there is ice scenery, you have glaciers, a lot of snow. It's a lot comparable to Irithyll, maybe not as majestic. They have a lot more, mountains and that type of a scenery, and you have few towns and few like this sort of churches, so to speak. And the level design is up to par with the vanilla game, so it's not really like above the normal game, nor it's below the level of the normal game, so it's okay. It's pretty mediocre in that sense. And in terms of like the new weapons and shields, there's 16 new weapons and shields, 5 new armor sets, 4 new spells, new ring called the Chillbite ring, which will give you resistance on frost damage, new set of ashes, which will give you access to the Millwood gear, such as Millwood Great Arrow. You have a new PvP map called the Hollow Arena. And also on the Painted World of Ariandel, you have 2 bosses. One is optional, and one is the Ariandel itself. And let's assess this DLC. And a lot of people in Steam, for instance, and other places said that the DLC was overpriced. And I don't think they're wrong. It took me, well, I was a special case, so it took me like maybe up to 9 hours to complete the game, but I was doing a lot of other things on the side. And also I really struggled with the final boss, so it took me extra time to beat it. And if you're running it solo or you're running it on like a harder difficulty, I mean, the recommended level to beat it is level 80. So if you're under leveled or you're running it solo, or maybe your group is not strong, it can take up to 4 to 6 hours to complete the DLC while looting every place and scoundering and doing the additional boss, of course. But in terms of like, if you're really high level and you're just there for the single player experience, done the boss and then quit, then it might be kind of feel like overpriced DLC for you. It's clearly a lot more aimed for the PvP aspect. I mean, obviously there are some cool locations where you can invade the other worlds, and then you have of course the new PvP arena, and then you have the new spells and weapons that are, some of them are really, really cool. I'm gonna say you that, especially the boss weapons that are dropped after you redeem the soul. Those are pretty cool. So it definitely has some compelling aspects to it, but in the end of the day, it did feel a lot of short. And if you're a person who likes PvP and the single player experience, this might be the best. You might be the best customer for this type of a product. But if you are only on the single player experience, maybe give it a pass if you're tight on money. But if you're a true hardcore Souls fan, yeah, maybe you want to buy the DLC. It wasn't like a really bad or anything. I think there could have been an additional boss. I think there could have been a bit more content. Zone could have been a bit more larger. Maybe like a bit more additional location, and perhaps more weapons and items could have been added as well. But that's just me. But definitely, it's an okay DLC. It's not like lackluster and super buggy or anything like that. But definitely, as the player base has shrinked a bit since the beginning, so it might not be as amazing as a PvP experience, or finding groups or finding people to help you out with bosses. There might be some type of struggles with that. But as a solo experience, it's really up to you what you really feel is worth. But I'm gonna say, as a high level character, you're gonna run it to 2 to 3 hours, and it can last up to 4 to 6 hours depending on if you're a bit under leveled and running solo. And that's kind of my take on the Ashes of Ariandel. I liked it. I don't really regret buying the season pass. Then again, I haven't played the second DLC, so it's hard to say. I think still it's a pretty good addition. It kind of caters to both the single player people and the PvP aspect especially. But then again, I could have expected a bit more. Anyhow, thanks for watching, and subscribe and like and comment. Did you buy it or did you decide not to buy, and all that. And maybe you'll share your thoughts on as on the game. But thanks for watching this video, and I will see you guys next time. Cheers.